Okay. I've done this many times where I get to the end of the next stage and then realise I forgot to put this thing on. So if you're doing this with the video there, this thing goes on next. Okay, so now the next part, we just put these like the dress plates sort of just loosely in position. Again, from a little bit of experience, when this part goes on, it's a lot harder if they're not just sort of sitting in loose position. Now this is just going to kind of flop in, and the tricky part's at the back end here. But if I can just get it to sit, there we go. So now these arms are coming down over our dress plates. Okay, once you get to there, I'll get you to come around the back here. What I've got to do, see this tongue here, this has to line up inside the wheel, like that, and then the same on this side. It sometimes has a tendency to just want to jump out and not sit perfect. And at the last bit, you've got to push those in. There we go. Oh, hang on, we've missed this front tooth. There you go. There we go. And as always, that should give you a nice, tight seal all the way around. Okay, if you've got gaps here, well, with this exception, something is not right, but that's closing up just fine. So now we throw these screws in, one under each pedal on the rear. Just there. Okay. 2 at the very front. Sorry, I'm trying to do this to give you the best shot, but it's making it a little difficult for me to see. Okay, now these 4 all go into the handle and you work from the outside in. Okay, so the 2 most outer, sorry, I am trying to get this clear, here we go. On that side. Okay, and now these ones, and then we're going to have to put our cover plates on. Go in. Okay. Okay, now for our this little cover plate, and this one gets the 2 silver looking screws. Mind you, the screws are all the same, I think. So if you get to this point and you've only got dark screws left, I wouldn't fuss, I'd just put them in there. I think it's just because the silver looks a bit more expensive, so they keep 2 of them for the top bit. Okay, now here, there's no chance you'll see this, but this lines up with the little movement, oh god, what's it even called? On the circuit board there's a little slider. This lines up with that. So I'm just looking down to see if I can see it, which I can. And now, remembering that we took off the back last, it means the back goes in first. Okay, so from here, we've got to reverse that and sort of put our screwdriver in and then move that bit out of the way. In. There we go. Now we're putting the front dress plate on. So this had the big tongue, so the big tongue goes underneath. and then that squeezes on. Now we are left with our retract button. When a machine gets this dusty, it causes this body part to swell, by the way. So if your buttons are not up and downing, pressing properly, you may need to replace this outer body. But anyway, let's put this in. So that goes in, and you want to drop this pretty much straight down. There we go. Same story here. Spring on. And then you're just pushing your little locators in and down. I won't put those filters back in because they really are bad, so I'll have to replace those. But we will test this to make sure it's all good. Okay, as you can see, that amount of dust, I can't send this machine back home with that much dirt in there. It's just going to go around in the motor cavity. So at this point, I'm going to have to quickly strip that down, clean it out and do it again, but I won't make you watch that. So hey, that's another one finished. This is Alec from vacuumspot.com.au, fixing an Electrolux Ultra Active. Thanks.